Hi friends, welcome to or welcome back to my little bookish corner of the internet. We are going to be choosing my priority TBR today. I started one at the beginning of 2023. We're now 3 months in and I've only read 2 of those books. So I think it's time for a little refresh. I literally have the inability to do anything by myself, so we're gonna choose it together. Okay, this is what I believe is going to be my priority TBR. I chose most of these based on vibes. I didn't even read the blurb, so we'll see if they're still my priority TBR at the end of this. Okay, so starting strong, we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I've already decided this is going to be the first book I read after I finish reading and reviewing the couple of arcs I have left. I just got this, but it's been on my TBR forever. I don't think I've seen a negative review about this book. Maybe one, but it wasn't exactly negative. But I genuinely have such high hopes for this book now because I just read an arc of Lynn Painter's newest book, The Love Wager. Oh my god, revolutionary, life-changing. I cannot believe I'd never read any of her books before that. I went into it with low expectations, but good lord, can that woman write banter. I was giggling like a little schoolgirl. It is out in April. Consider this my He Falls First book rec to you. So essentially what I've gathered from reading the back of the book is that Liz and Wes are next door neighbors. They're both in high school. They aren't exactly on the greatest of terms, but her forever crush is moving back into town, and much to her dismay, he gets along very well with Wes. So in order to get this man to notice her, she concocts this master plan with Wes, and they're going to get her magical prom moment. But in good old rom-com nature, the two of them end up becoming closer than they intended to. I've been in denial over this book for months, but I knew I was going to read it the moment I found out there were Taylor Swift references. I am a Swiftie to my core, and as I mentioned in my last video, I cannot like anything in a chill way, so this is just me amplifying it. I usually don't say this about books, but I hope this isn't steamy if you're picking up what I'm putting down. I just cannot read books about high schoolers in that sense. Next is Magnolia Parks. I've been influenced by one of my mutuals on BookTok, Olivia. I absolutely love her. She's so underrated, but she's also to blame for me buying this entire series, or almost the entire series, before even reading the first book. But our taste in books are almost identical, so I genuinely would trust her with my life. I've got no idea what any of these books are about. I was gonna read the back of the book, but there isn't a back of the book. Where's the blurb? I don't understand. Okay, we've got the internet for a reason. Okay, so I am looking this up on Goodreads. What I'm gathering from my obsessive internet search is that this revolves around BJ, a rich hot mess of a man. Complete transparency, I can't take this man seriously. Out of all the names you could have chosen, you went with BJ. What were his parents thinking? I am so sorry. It needed to be said. There better be a good explanation for that. She did him so wrong. Anyway, her name is Magnolia Parks. I thought her name was Daisy. This is so embarrassing. Okay, just listen. The second book is called Daisy Hates. So naturally, I thought her name was Daisy Hates. So what is Daisy Hates about? Anyway, I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting absolutely nowhere. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure. So essentially, they're in denial. Everyone sees that they're meant to be together, but she dates other men to keep him at bay, and he sleeps with other girls. Girl. So are they dating while they're doing all this? How many loves do you really get in a lifetime? Are they gonna fall in love with other people? Say psych right now. That's no. No. Most of the books I get recommended from BookTok and Happily Ever Afters, so I'm just manifesting that is going to be the scenario. Moving on, we've got Daisy Hates. The blurb is also not on the back, but I do appreciate this cover. No guns at the dinner table. What's going on? Is this dark romance? I don't think this is dark romance. I already pulled it up on Goodreads. She's 20. I'm about to be 20. What? What in the twisted series is this? So Daisy's brother Julian raised them since they were kids because their parents were murdered in front of them. And he's a gang lord? What? How old is he? Okay, then she falls in love with this man, Christian. Oh, he's emotionally unavailable. That makes sense. Him and BJ would get along well then. This is not gonna end well. So it says that he's one of the only men in London that doesn't answer to Julian, her brother. Just to let you know. Wait, Okay. So it says Christian is in love with his best friend's girlfriend, and I thought he meant Daisy, but that doesn't make sense. He's using Daisy to throw off the scent of his true affections. Then naturally they're gonna fall in love, right? I'm very conflicted. So there's obviously bad blood between Christian and Julian. That song's gonna be stuck in my head all day now. I'm not mad about it. So I'm going to safely assume they're going to keep their relationship a secret from Julian, if you could even call it a relationship, because they may be fake dating. Alright, I don't understand how they're connected. Are they two interconnected standalones? So they exist in the same universe? I'm gonna ask Olivia, she'll know. Okay, then the third book is Long Way Home. It is also a Magnolia Parks book. This lyric on the back sounds like a Taylor Swift lyric. It says, I'll wear it like a badge of honor forever that he loved me first, that he loved me at all. Have you ever had a love like that? That is so Swiftie coded. It's also giving Long Way Down with that title. Wait a minute. So book 1 ends on a cliffhanger? Be so for real. Look, at least the next book is out, but how am I expected to read an entire book about Miss Daisy Hayes when BJ and Magnolia over here are about to call it Endgame? Ain't no way. Oh my god, this is scandalous. What is going on? So all 4 of them come into the same picture at the same time? Or is it just Daisy, Christian, and Magnolia? Am I supposed to like all of them? She really said, I can take your man if I want to. Imagine if the couple swapped. They're definitely not ending up together. Okay, in some sick and twisted way, I think I'm gonna love this series. Anyway, moving on. Then we've got the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I only bought these because there's a rumor going around that it's cowboy smut. Is that true? I don't even know. You're asking the wrong person. But how can I turn down an offer like that? Once again, I have no idea what any of these are about, but it looks very Western-esque. It gives off the good old yeehaw charm. The one bed trope, hey yo! Oh my god, that is so hot. This is gonna be so good. What in the world? Why haven't I read this yet? Okay, so Goodreads is saying it's a sport romance. What sport is it? Did I miss something? No way! He is a professional bull rider. What? Oh my god. Wow. I think this is gonna be my new obsession. So he's a professional bull rider and his agent tells him he needs to clean up his image. Who's he? Do we even get a name? We don't get a name. But what I'm gathering is that his agent's daughter works for him, and so she's going to be helping him clean up his image. Essentially, she's babysitting him. Oh, Summer. Okay, Season. She understands him like no one else does. That's so sweet. That was a little plot twist. Granted, we only got about 1 sentence about her, but I expected her to be an all-in kind of girl. She says this means nothing, I say this means everything. I don't want to say it's a he falls first because I've obviously never read it, but oh my god, what is in this girl's water? This is brilliant. So she's got a damaged heart, he's got a big reputation. I'm not even sorry. I'm not even sorry. It was there. I would be more disappointed if I didn't say it. Anyway, he's planning on stealing her heart, so. Okay, then we've got Heartless. There's no way. There's no way I got this lucky. It is a single dad, I apologize, let me rephrase, a single grumpy dad nanny romance. Not only that, it's an age gap. 13 years to be exact. Oh my god, this is bad. This is so bad. I'm gonna hyperfixate on this way too much. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So essentially it starts off with them getting in the hot tub to play a game of truth or dare. Let's imagine how that's gonna play out. Is he also a bull rider? Is this a sports romance series? Oh, okay. He's not. This is fine. This is fine. I'm a little disappointed. Okay, wait. He is a rancher though. So this is Western smut. Okay. She said with calloused hands and filthy mouths. Count me in. So she's a city girl. Okay. Oh my goodness. Listen to this. She says, it's when he takes care of me that I realize his hardened exterior is just a facade. It's when I watch him go all sweet to his little boy that I really fall for him. Listen, Brody male characters are my absolute favorite, especially when they have kids, because of that. This is so sad. Someone convinced him once that his best wasn't good enough, but I've never felt more cherished than I do in his arms. That's so sad. Why? Oh, okay. So it says that her contract says this is only for 2 months. That makes sense because she signed a contract to be his nanny. Okay. I love a good time limit on a relationship, okay? Okay, and then the next book, Powerless, came out this year. Childhood friends to lovers. I don't know what's in this author's water, but she's serving. These books are all my favorite tropes. Oh, he's a hockey player. I wasn't expecting that, given the cover and all. Is she a ballerina? I'm a little confused on the cover. Oh, this is good. This is juicy. She was engaged. Let's see. So essentially, she's a runaway bride, and he's the one she runs to. She's loved him in secret. But what's his story? There's a lot of questions that need answering. I think this just moved up on my TBR. It wasn't that high up before. I'm not gonna lie. Is this an ongoing series? Okay, I'm a little nervous. I don't usually read ongoing series, and it looks like there's still 2 more books being released. I kind of love it though. I'm gonna do it. I know I'm gonna do it. But I just got my heart broken by the Circus's Family series by Krista and Becca Ritchie because there's only 2 books out, and they plan on writing more books, just not anytime soon. So I immersed myself in that, and for what? I just broke my own heart. I also didn't want to ask when they were planning on writing it on their Patreon because I just get the sense they're very overwhelmed with the Berkeley releases and then the Like Us series. I just don't want to contribute to that stress. So I'll patiently wait. It's totally worth it. Okay, so after doing a deep internet search on what kind of smut this is, I've concluded it is indeed cowboy smut for the most part. I guess it also depends on what your definition of a cowboy is. The parameters are loose, but to me it is, and that's all that matters. Then we've got the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. What is wrong with me? Why are all of these series? There's been one standalone thus far, just to put it into perspective. After some inner reflection, I think it's because I can't hyperfixate on standalones the same way I can series. There's always this impulsive need to make whatever I'm reading my entire personality. I suppose it's just easier to do that with series. You win some, you lose some. But Olivia also recommended it, so I also bought it because Sarah, another one of my mutuals, said that it had pictures. You can't even judge me for it because you did it too, and if you didn't, you're definitely thinking about it. So I think Brutal Prince is the first one. I've yet to read a negative review about a Sophie Lark book, so what is this about? I'm gonna be completely transparent. I totally thought this was gonna be some sort of fantasy dark romance. Apparently it's not, so I'm a lot more excited about it knowing that. Okay, so there's 2 rivaling families that have been battling for control of Chicago's underworld for generations. The rivalry is just being fueled by the youngest of one of the families. She crashes a party at the other family's mansion. She accidentally set fire to the library. No wonder they're rivaling. Okay, this is an arranged marriage. To prevent an all-out war, her father arranges a marriage with someone from the other family. Not just anyone, apparently. The eldest son and heir. There is something about that oldest son dynamic that just gets me. It's just hot. So hot. No offense to the middle children. I genuinely do apologize. But it's always the oldest son and the youngest son that I go for in books. Those are always usually my favorites in the series. More so the youngest son. They always just give off Matilda vibes. I resonate with that. Oh my god. That escalated. So this is gonna be a good foreshadowing moment. It says that Aida is more than capable of giving as good as she gets. That's gonna definitely foreshadow some steamier moments, I think. But on the back of the book, it says starting with poisoning Callum on their wedding night. That reminds me of that one series. I never read it, but she ate strawberries on their wedding day because he was allergic to strawberries, so whenever they would go to kiss, it would essentially kill him. Wow. Okay. Okay. The back of the book, these little reviews, it says the best banter. I don't doubt it. For some reason, Sophie Lark gives off the vibes of being an excellent banter writer. Okay, so I did look up the order on Goodreads, and it does look like Brutal Prince is the first in the series. Then Stolen Heir is the next one. So this book right here, what's the story? I'm interested. Okay, so this entire series is a mafia empire. I don't think I've ever read one of those. She is a ballerina. I love that. I can't pronounce this guy's name. This girl is definitely This Is Me Trying Mirrorball Matilda coded. She's struggling to prove herself at home and with her competitive ballet company. So I think this entire series follows the Griffin family because the girl is Nessa Griffin. Then in the first book, the guy Aida gets married to is Callum Griffin. So seems promising. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name. That's so easy, actually. Nikolai is considered the most vicious gangster in Chicago. Given the circumstances, I think that's a little intense. So his adoptive father saved him only to die at the hands of the Griffins? He's in his Reputation era. Bent on revenge, he abducts Nessa. Oh my god, what? Nessa loses herself in a dark fairy tale ballet that parallels their increasingly twisted relationship. Is this based on Beauty and the Beast? It sounds like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It literally says on the top of the book, Beauty and the Beast with a mafia twist. I love that. Okay, next is Savage Lover. Okay, so the entire series doesn't follow the Griffin family, but it follows both of the families. Her mechanic shop, okay. Women in STEM, that's not exactly STEM, is it? Engineering. So Camille's father is sick, her brother's in deep with a dirty cop, and her mechanic shop is supposedly failing. People just love to see women fail. But it says that the guy Nero is a neighborhood psychopath. I'm not sure if I should be taking it the way I'm taking it, but he's a player. He doesn't do the strings attached arrangement. I don't know why that's so funny to me. He saves her from, and I quote, a seriously sticky situation. It just seems so juvenile for the kind of book it is. Oh, and they're neighbors. Wait. They've lived next to each other all their lives. Is it possible she never really knew him at all? It better be in a positive light, because if he actually is a psychopath, okay, I'm gonna trust it. I'm not sure if I should, but I do. That means the last book. I'm actually not sure if it's the last book. Apparently there's 2 more books in the series because I posted an unboxing on booktok and everyone kept asking when the next 2 books are coming out in these editions. I didn't even know there were 2 more. You're asking the wrong person. Oh, I like that. When you get a second chance, you don't wait for a third. So Simone's been raised with wealth, privilege, and obedience. Okay. She's also abducted. What? Why is everyone getting kidnapped? Oh my god, do you all really go places alone? I don't trust anyone, okay? You will never catch me out by myself. So she's hiding in the back of a limo because she's dreading this gala she's about to go to. But the guy intended to steal the car, not the girl. Okay, that's a little better. His name's Dante. Ah, that is so hot. Their attraction is irresistible. I love to see it. Oh my god. Simone is willing to risk everything for Dante until that disastrous night that splits them apart. Are they going to be separated for years? Or is this a shorter timeline? I'm manifesting it's a shorter timeline. But I live for the angst of multiple years of separation. 2 of the books I read most previously, The Secret Ex-Boyfriend by Kristen and Becca Ritchie and Never Look Back by A.L. Jackson, both were second chance romances. That is my favorite trope of all time. Does she have a child? Just be straight up. Fate grants her one more chance to reconnect with the man she can't forget, but Simone has a secret, a mistake she fears Dante will never forgive. I can't imagine it being anything other than a child or a husband. I like this. Next is the infamous Mindfuck series. Did I spend $30 on this? Yes. I just didn't want to read it on my Kindle. When I bought it, I wasn't as into reading on my Kindle as I am now. I don't even regret it because I've only ever seen 5-star reviews. I genuinely cannot fathom not liking this. just because it's about unhinged women, and I am a supporter of women's rights and wrongs. I'm sure she's got some valid reasons for doing what she's doing. So essentially what I've gathered is that this girl Lana, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with Lena. I could be wrong, so just bear with me. She is a serial killer and she ends up falling in love with an FBI agent. Now that's a slippery, sticky situation. That's all I know about the book. The back doesn't provide any more information, nor does the internet, without spoiling anything. It is giving Mad Woman by Taylor Swift. I'm sure she's justified in doing what she's doing. I can't imagine she wouldn't be. I'm not gonna look into it. I don't think I'm gonna read this as soon as the other ones just because it is 5 books, whereas some of the other series are a little shorter. I definitely think I'm gonna read the Brutal Birthright series before this because it seems to be the shortest out of all the series. These are around 350 pages, whereas the rest of the books I've included are all around the 500 page mark. Altogether, this book is almost 700 pages. That isn't too bad, actually. I think because it is 5 books, it's going to go by a lot quicker than I think it is. That concludes my priority TBR. If you're looking for more of my content, I've linked all my socials down below. I post daily on my BookTok, and you can see what I'm currently reading over on Goodreads. If you want to read with me, I've got a book club over on Fable. It's called Lessons in Love, and you should totally join. Our monthly book is Beach Read by Emily Henry. My Bookstagram DMs are always open, and I am proud to say that I am actually going to start posting on it. If you've read any of these books, I'd love to know your thoughts. I love you all, and as always, happy reading.